Welcome to the Robinson Replay. Another amazing episode coming your way. What's up, Dad? I like the sweatshirt you got there.
Thank you very much. Go
Got some
Duke.
swag.
They play at 11 o'clock tonight.
Boy, you staying up for that?
No.
I didn't think so.
It won't be over till 1:30 in the morning. No, I'm out fast. I might probably catch a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, of course, here we got a football-heavy episode. Should be a little bit quicker today, as we don't have too many games to go over. But we'll go a bit more in depth with those. Obviously, the most important games of the season right here. Everything on the line. You win or you go home.
That's right. It's time.
Let's
look. It's time to cook. Let's eat.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Let's do it. So this is the full playoff bracket now, completed with the national championship yet to be crowned. Yeah. And so last week we predicted the semifinals games. And Dad, what was your record?
Last week I was 0-2.
Ooh,
Not good. I went with the doggies, and the doggies bit me. So yeah, it wasn't good. Miami was -3.5. Indy was -4.5.
Yeah, I was surprised you picked Oregon for sure. I picked Ole Miss, and then I picked Indiana, so I was 1-1.
Very regrettable on that one. Now, when you sit here and you look at this whole bracket thing, obviously it seems like the upper bracket went pretty much as expected for me, at least. The lower bracket was the one that obviously was a little jumbled, obviously a little different. I never thought that. That Ole Miss and Miami would be in the semis. And then, obviously Miami was one of the last teams to get into the whole playoff system, and now they're in the championship. Mm-hmm. So it's about catching fire at the right time, just like last year with Ohio State. They lost to Michigan that final game, and then they just played and caught fire. And you just got to run that streak. You got to win four straight games, and well, for Indiana, it could be 3 straight games, so because they got the bye. But yeah, so going over the games from last week, let's go over that real quick. The Miami Ole Miss game, it seemed like Miami was dominating, but the game was always close. I just think that Miami just physically dominated them. They had a bigger offensive line, they had a bigger defensive line. The game was always close, and it was still in hand till the end. Heck, I thought at the end of that game, I thought that was a pass interference call on the one play in the end zone. When Chambliss threw it in the end zone, guys grabbed him by the collar. But, that's the way it is sometimes. It wasn't like a Hail Mary. Hail Marys, you're bouncing around, you're jagging your junk, you're pulling guys' shirts, you're doing all that stuff. I get that. This was only like a 25, 30-yard pass, so it wasn't like a Hail Mary. But, and then, of course, Beck got the game-winning touchdown score. Go ahead. Fletcher had a good game for Miami. He had 22 totes for 133 yards. I think the big difference maker, too, is that Tony guy for Miami. He's a player. He's a little guy, but he is so fast, and there was actually other opportunities that Miami had to get him the ball, and Beck just didn't get him the ball. They could have actually blown it open a little bit, but he's not as good of a quarterback as I would like to have if I'm Miami. But he got him to this championship game, and he scored the game-winning touchdown. So more power to him. Luke, what'd you think about that game?
I thought, Miami's a really physical team. They really impressed me in this game. I thought Ole Miss was going to not dominate, but I thought that I thought they should have been the favorite in this game. So I was a bit surprised at Miami, and they did handle business in the end, being a physical team. Carson Beck really stepping up as well. And I think just having a real veteran team on that Miami team really built them well.
Yeah.
And then Indiana really handled business over Oregon. It wasn't even close. What did you think about the Indiana-Oregon game, Dad?
Well, that was a blowout from the get-go. 11 seconds in, we got a pick 6. That set the tone for the entire game. It was just lights out for Oregon. They were very disappointing. Indiana manhandled them. They had the great field position the whole game. I mean, Mendoza had 5 touchdowns, and he was only 17 for 20. 5 touchdowns.
Yeah,
That's an amazing
yeah,
stat right there. That tells you
very
they had
very
great ball.
efficient.
Yeah, great possession of the ball, great field position. I mean, it was 35-7 at halftime. Oregon could not run the ball for their life. It was
Mm,
just, the Black and Hemby, the running backs for Indiana, were very sufficient. Surratt, the wide receiver, I don't know what it is. I love this guy. I would love to have him on the Browns. I hope that somehow we could end up getting him. I think he is a wonderful receiver. And matter of fact, Dante Moore, he was 24 for 39, 285 yards, a touchdown, or 2 touchdowns and a INT. He just was getting clobbered back there. Didn't have much time. It was a terrible game. I mean, it was the worst game in the college football playoffs. I think it was even worse than the James Madison and the Tulane games in the beginning. I mean, this game was awful. I don't know. Oregon just didn't seem like they were ready to play. But Dante Moore
yeah,
is coming back next year. He told everybody today that he will not be entering the NFL draft, even though he probably would have been the second pick. So
yeah.
he left
That's surprising, huh?
left a lot of money on the table. And next year there's going to be not this year, but next year's draft at 27. There's going to be even more quarterbacks. But if he gets better and becomes the number one pick, well, he can write his own check then. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean with the NIL money the players make too, I mean in some instances they
He's
would
not
be
going
making
poor.
more. Yeah, yeah. There's in some instances they make more in college than
They
pros
do,
now.
but
Yeah.
not him though. Not when you're in the
Yeah.
number two pick.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. But so let's go on to the championship game. The national championship game is on Monday, January 19th. It's a 7:30 p.m. start on ESPN. We
Yeah,
have Miami and Indiana, of course, number 10 seed versus the number 1 seed in the playoff bracket here. Indiana is the favorite by 8 points in this game, even though
yeah,
this is a home game for Miami. It is in Miami at
yeah,
Hard Rock
yeah.
Stadium where the Dolphins play. Boy, what do you think? What's your first impressions here?
Well, 8 points is a lot. Um, I really like both of these teams the way they're playing right now. Obviously, to get the championship team game, they're obviously doing something right. But the main thing that sticks out to me is Indiana's third down efficiency. They are first in the NCAA in third down efficiency on offense. When you're converting on third downs constantly, you're pushing the ball down the field, you're getting first downs, and you're going to be scoring. I mean, they're very, very good. So that's why I'm leaning more Indiana. I don't know about the points, though. In Miami is very physical. Both lines are outstanding. But I'm gonna lean a little bit more on the Indy side than Miami on this one. I'm gonna take Indy.
You're gonna take Indy money line. What about spread?
But I would take Miami. I
You
think
would
it's
take
gonna be
Miami
a.
spread? Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a 7 point game or less. I think it's gonna come down to the end. But like I was talking earlier about Beck. Beck sort of worries me a little bit. Um, I tell you what, though, that Tony kid really worries me too. This game, it's a toss up to me. It's gonna be close, but I might have to go with Indy, even though it's probably gonna seem like a road game to them.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
ticket prices are probably outrageous
Oh,
too.
I've heard.
Oh my
I heard the
gosh.
cheapest one was like 3,500. That's the last I saw. So it's probably more like four grand now. I don't know, but I'm
Mm.
sure it's home game for them. It's not good.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I think in this game here, the similarities between these two teams, I think both, in the beginning of the season, nobody would think that these two teams would be in the national championship game. So hats off to that. And I think it shows as well that this is still a team game. You're not gonna win by just getting the all the 5-star recruits and making everybody play individual. It's a team game at the end of the day, and the coaching very important in this game too. Two amazing coaches,
Hmm.
and the veteran talent on these two teams is why they're here in this position. So the Indiana's starters on average are 3.0 4.96 years out of high school. And Miami's is 4.15 years on
Wow.
average, years removed from high school.
Really?
So yeah, these are some, like, on
Veteran
average,
teams,
the
yeah.
starters here, yeah, the veterans here. And
Hmm.
so yeah, I think that really shows with these teams, the people that are staying longer. Obviously, you have some COVID years in there too. That are, some of these guys are 5, 6 years potentially
Hmm.
here.
Right. Well, they have to be if they have over 4 years out of high school. I mean, my goodness, that's
Yeah,
a
well,
lot.
4 years out of high school is a senior in college.
I know, but that's for them. That I mean, they're not all seniors, so that's what I'm saying. They have
Yeah,
to have some 5 years
yeah.
in order to get that number. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, yeah, exactly. So, yeah, it's a crazy stat, but that, I think, is where the difference, the similarities stop. I really do. I mean, obviously, these two programs are completely different. Miami obviously has some really great history. Has won 5 national championships between 1983 and 2001. Has a really predominant football history and has many people that go on to the NFL, whereas Indiana is not. They're not a
Mm.
football program, basketball program through and through. They've
They are
never
now.
even, yeah, they've never even made a playoff. I mean, not a
Mm.
playoff, but never even made a national championship game. So it's very two different teams in that sense there, history wise. For this game though, in particular, I think what stands out to me is the true number one pick, which has been solidified now 100%. I think there's no question about it. Is Mendoza.
Your Heisman
Mendoza,
winner.
the Heisman winner Mendoza. Check this. He had 5 incompletions over the past 2 games in the playoffs here, while scoring 8 touchdowns. He
That's
has more.
amazing.
He had more touchdowns than incompletions.
That's amazing
Like,
stat. Yeah.
just
Yeah.
insane efficiency from him. The vision, the pinpoint accuracy, touchdowns, and the team culture of Indiana. Potentially going 16-0, would be the first team ever to go 16-0, because this is the first year it would be like this, with 16 games. So I'm gonna go with Indiana in this one. I think -8 is a lot of points.
Hmm.
Do like +8 for Miami. I think it's going to be a closer game. I don't think Indiana's going to be able to blow them out. So I would take +8 Miami, but money line Indiana.
Gotcha. Yeah. And
Yeah.
this it's 47.5 for the under over on this game. I'm liking the over, I'd say. Both have good defenses, but both these offenses could score. So I'd probably go on the over side, but it'd be
Yeah,
close.
I like the over.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
I like that.
on defense, Miami's defensive line. That Bain guy's got 8.5 sacks. Mesidor, he's got 10.5 sacks. Yeah, we're gonna see how this Indiana line can hold up against them. And see really what they're all about. So I'm still like in the Indiana with you.
Yeah, yeah, we both
Yep,
both picked the same there.
yep.
All right. That is college football there. Now on to some NFL playoffs. So this was last
Playoffs.
week here, playoffs. So, yeah. Well, what stood out to you about these games, Dad?
Well, I mean, the first game was so close. I mean, Carolina just kept hanging around. Coker
Closer
had a
than people thought, right?
much. I mean, they covered the spread easily. Coker, had a great game for Carolina. He had 9 catches for 134 yards and a touchdown. Stafford was just very inconsistent. Very inconsistent. I was a little disappointed in him. I mean, Adams had 5 catches for 72, and Puka had 10 catches for 111 and a touchdown. So, Stafford had 304 yards, 3 touchdowns, but he had a pick. But he just didn't look comfortable at times. He hit his throwing hand on the helmet the one time. He looked a little bit out of sorts. And Carolina, congrats to them for playing a heck of a game. You don't get any trophies for coming in second or losing, but they really played a great game, and I thought they played better than I thought they were going to do. Yep.
Yeah.
And you want to go over every game, okay? And then that by the way, that halftime of the Rams Panthers game was only 17-14 Rams. So that game was up for grabs the whole time. It wasn't like
Yeah.
it was that jumped out to a big lead or nothing. It was neck and neck. Actually, I thought the games were all pretty good except for the Steelers game was good up till the third quarter, and the San Diego New England game was probably the least competitive game of all of them, but because 4 out of the 6 were one-score games. 4 out of the 6 games were one-score games. The
Mhm.
Green Bay Bears game, I mean, the Green Bay jumped out. They were up 21-3 at halftime. 21-3. I thought they had it in the bag. All of a sudden, especially after the Bears went for it on their own side of the field, and I thought, oh my gosh, what does this guy do? He seemed like Johnson was seeming a little desperate to me. But they didn't make it. But luckily, it didn't end up costing them at the end. It was a tale of two halves. It was the Bears outscored the Packers 28-6 in the second half. I mean, Love had a great game, 4 touchdowns, 323. Williams 361, 2 touchdowns, but he had the 2 picks. Loveland had a great game. He was 8 for 137.
Mm.
I told you, Loveland's coming on, and he did. He had a great
Yeah.
game for sure. It was a very entertaining game. It just seems like the Packers can't close games out well. And they were talking about maybe firing LaFleur, but now they're talking about maybe extending him. We'll see what happens. I think if the Packers had a chance at Harbaugh, they might have fired him, but I don't think they're going to do it. So, but like I said, the Bears, they just stick around. They're in every game, no matter what happens. I think it's just that mentality of the coach and that whole team mentality they have. They're just never out of it until the game's over. And then, they just keep on
Yeah.
coming back.
Yeah, I mean, they wanted to win that so bad at home, the atmosphere and everything. I
Oh
mean, like
yeah.
they really hate the Packers,
Yes. Oh
truly
yes.
hate them, way more than
Definitely.
the Packers would hate the Bears by any means. And then you see the coach, shake his hand real quick and kind of run off, and
Oh yeah,
Lafleur
and
is
ran
like
off the field.
looking back like
Uh-oh. There you are.
you see that?
Yeah, yeah, it was funny.
Hmm.
He bolted for the sideline.
Yeah.
Yeah, he bolted. But yeah, and then the Bills Jacksonville game. This is the one I probably watched the least. I had my football game or basketball game at that time. It was 10-7 Bills at the half. The game was back and forth. Lawrence, though, had those 2 picks. I think that's what really cost them overall. I mean, what Parker Washington had a great game, 7 for 107. And the missing of Jacoby Myers, he had one catch in the game. I think him not getting enough balls, and Lawrence throwing those couple picks, it just cost him at the end. And Mr. Superman himself, Josh Allen, 2 rushing touchdowns, 1 passing. Man's amazing. He finds ways to win. He wills his team to wins every time they win. He is the number one reason why they do win or don't win. So yeah, that was a good
Hmm.
game. And then San Francisco, Philly. I mean, Philly was up 13-10 and a half, but we've said this all year about Philly. They just don't look right. And sure enough, they fired their offensive coordinator already after this game. And losing Kittle was a big blow though for San Francisco. That's going to hurt them coming up here against Seattle. Purdy had a decent game. McCaffrey, he's just amazing out receiving right now. They're not really doing much in the rushing department, but receiving, he's awesome. And Robinson, of course, a great name. He had a great game for San Francisco. 6 catches, 111 yards, and a touchdown. So I mean, that's the big thing there. San Francisco, they're not running the ball well, but they hung in there, and Philly just couldn't click it. And so of course, San Francisco decided to click the ticket. So they went on to the next round. Now, the next game, Chargers New England. I tell you what, New England's defense was amazing. They were great in that game. I thought Drake May looked really good for his first playoff appearance. His second year now, first playoff appearance. He looked really good. 17-29, 268. The only thing is he took a lot of sacks. Took 5 sacks in that game. But the best thing about it was their defense shelled out 6 sacks against Herbert. Herbert was off the dial right off the bat. I mean, he was running for his life. He just didn't look comfortable at all. So that game was definitely a little more. I mean, it could have even been a little more points than that. I think it was it 16-6, something like that. It was.
Yeah, it's pretty low
So
scoring.
yeah, it was a low scoring game. So it was a big defensive battle. Not as exciting as some of the other games, but the granddaddy of them all, Houston and Pittsburgh. That one I love the most, of course, because I tell you what, it was a defensive battle though. Those first 3 quarters, 7-6 going into the fourth. Great game. You know, the thing that worried me the most was Stroud. Can't catch the ball. They can't. I mean, they're shotgun. He's not looking. The center is hiking the ball at random times. I'm like, what is this? This is game 18 of the year for you guys. You got to get this stuff together. So that was a little surprising to me. The thing is, the thing that won Houston that game was their running game and their defense. I mean, their defense. I mean, they had two touchies, 2 touchdowns. They had the fumble recovery from Rodgers. He ran it back for a touchdown. I forget which player it was for Houston, but he ran it back for a touchdown, and they had the pick 6. I mean, it was amazing. That game went from 0 to 100 real quick. Let me tell you what. I mean, it was 7-6, and next thing you know, it's 30-6, game over. I'm retiring. Out the door you go. See ya, Rodgers. And bye-bye, Mr. Tomlin. You decided to take a little break yourself. Bye. Anyway,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's the way it
Well, we
goes.
don't know if Rodgers. We don't know if Rodgers is for
I
sure
think he's
retiring.
done.
He probably will. He probably
I
is.
think unless some coach that he likes, like who knows, maybe Harbaugh comes in and coaches Pittsburgh. How ironic and crazy would
Wow.
that be? I mean,
Yeah.
but it's going to have to be a good coach. He's not going to come in for some rookie coach or something like that. So I think he's done unless it's a big time coach comes in and swoops him off his feet and says, "Hey, you're my man, and we want you back." So, but yeah, we'll see what happens. But yeah, that's
Yeah.
what we're going with.
All right. Well, that's the recap for the week there. Now on to the slate here for Saturday and Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Let's do it. We have January 17th, Saturday. We have the Bills and at the Broncos. It's at 4:30. Broncos are the favorite at Mile High by 1 point.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Once again, we're going to see if Superman can put that cape on again, because that's what's going to be needed for Buffalo to win this game. The only way they win is running through Josh Allen. Everybody knows it, but most people can't stop him. So, I mean, they have very similar numbers. The big numbers that stand out to me are this: Allen has 14 rushing touchdowns. Cook has 12 rushing touchdowns. So they're heavy on the run, but Denver's number 2 against the run. So something's going to give it there. Okay. Now, Buffalo is number 1 against the pass. So on defense, so is that going to shut Bo Nix down? I don't know. Bo Nix also has 5 rushing touchdowns himself. So he also is a rushing threat. This game to me is a big, huge toss up. It's a big toss up game for me. But with Denver's defense and their efficiency to shut down the third down, I'm going to go with the Broncos to win this game at home at Mile High, even though I'm very leery on Bo Nix. Very leery.
Wow.
But I don't know if he's going to be able to do it this time for Allen, so I'm going with the Broncos.
Picking against Allen back to back here, even though you're kind of a fan. That's
I am a fan.
Wow.
I think he's a great guy. I hope he does win. I hope I'm wrong. So I'm going with Denver at home.
Yeah, if the NFL was scripted, I think Bills going to the playoffs here is a obvious choice.
You mean the
right
Super
here.
Bowl?
Yeah, what did I say? The playoffs.
Yeah, they're in the playoffs.
Yeah, going to the Super Bowl would be the scripted thing. Obviously, here, I mean, you have no Mahomes to beat him up, no Lamar to beat him up. It's wide open for him, at least as far as
Denver's
superstars go. Yeah, and so, but defense wins championships. So
Yeah,
that's a lot of good defenses here in these four games for
definitely.
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of good defenses. A strange thing I saw when the line opened up first for this game, the Bills were the favorite by 1.5 points when the line originally opened up. Now
Mm,
at this time of recording Wednesday night, the Broncos are the favorite by 1 point. And
right.
so I'm not sure exactly the reason of that, but it's maybe telling of something there. Broncos coming off of a bye, so they are rested here. Uh, Obviously, with their amazing defense, they lead the league in sacks this year for the second year in a row, being consistent there. Last week, Allen took a career, or I'm sorry, last this year, Allen has taken a career high 40 sacks on the season.
Yeah.
So I'm not too sure. I mean, they with the Bills O line is going to be able to contain the Broncos defense, and with the statement of defense winning championships, I think that I'm going to pick the Broncos as well here at home at Mile High. Another big home
Yeah.
field advantage. So I'm picking the Broncos too. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm surprised you're picking the Broncos too, but yeah.
Yeah. I just had to do it.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Well, next game, Saturday night, we have the 49ers at the Seahawks in Seattle. Seattle's the favorite by 7 points at Lumen Field. 8 p.m. start, Eastern on Fox. What do you think in this one on the West Coast matchup?
This game, this is the rubber match between these guys. They both won at the other team's place. Um, San Francisco, like I said, is out with Kittle. Kittle's out, but Tonjes is a great backup. He played well when Kittle was out earlier this year. Um, Obviously, San Francisco is going to have to beat him with their pass game, but I just don't know if they could do it. I mean, Seattle has a top 10 defense. Top 10 defense. I mean, maybe top 5. They're first in points allowed. They don't allow many points, and they're first of getting off on third down. Those two stats alone tell me that Seattle, with the 12th man, will win this game. They will also cover the 7.
Okay. Also covering the 7. Wow. All right. I am picking Seattle as well. Seattle also coming off a bye in this, being rested. Yeah, exactly like you said, 49ers and the Seahawks have split their in-season games. The very first game of the year for these teams was the 49ers winning, and then the very last game was the Seahawks winning there. So, yeah, no Kittle for the 49ers. 49ers are still beaten up, but hey, they pulled it off last week. I wouldn't be too surprised if they can somehow pull this off here. 49ers are still a really good squad, and they have the potential to win this game. However, I think Seattle is the overall better team. I think Smith and Jigma is going to score a touchdown. It's one of my anytime touchdown scores right here. And so I'm gonna go with Sam Darnold for some revenge.
Yeah.
Getting up there and picking Seahawks.
Yeah, the things that worry me about the most in this game are the San Francisco run game and Seattle Sam Darnold having an implosion. If he has an implosion, oh, it could be ugly. Both games that in the early year, both were low scoring games. They weren't like high scoring games or anything. And I just think a low scoring game advantage Seahawks.
Yeah,
So
100%.
that's why I ended up taking them. But I still think they'll cover the 7 though.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know about that. I think I may like plus 7 for the 49ers, but I don't know if I'd necessarily touch it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next here for Sunday, we have the 3 p.m. game, the Houston Texans at the New England Patriots at Gillette Stadium. Patriots are the favorite by 3.5 points on ESPN and ABC. What do you think there?
Oh, my God. Talk about a defensive game. This is going to be a defensive game. I mean, both defenses are top 5. They're both excellent, excellent defenses. The Pats offense, though, I give them the edge. I give the Pats offense the edge here. especially if Nico Collins doesn't play. I mean, he took a header instantly. You could tell he had a concussion. I don't know if he's going to be able to be cleared to play by Sunday or not. That's a huge loss. I know Christian Kirk stepped up in the last game. He had a huge game against Pittsburgh. I just don't know if they have enough weapons if Nico Collins does not play. Houston's defense, though, is so good. I mean, oh my goodness. They rush four. That's all they do is rush four guys, and they're getting to the quarterback all the time. So I'm a little worried about the rookie left tackle Campbell from the Pats, but in this game, I'm going to have to go with the home team. I'm going to go with New England just because they have a little bit better offense than I think that the Texans do. So I'm going Patriots.
Mm.
Mm.
All right. Going Patriots. I think in this game, like in the previous games here, defense is going to win you these key games when it comes down to it. All of these teams are great. Whose defense can really step up and make the big stops and make turnovers? Turnovers is what is going to win this all of these games here. And my prediction is that the Texans are going to force a fumble on Drake May and pick off an interception on Drake May in this game. That's my prediction.
That's true.
I
I
think
agree.
they're gonna get to him.
Yeah, you're right. I think the difference, though, is Drake May, and he's going to use his feet a little bit more in this game. He's going to have to be selective, and he's going to
He
have
was
to
getting sacked. He was getting sacked last game though. He had a fumble
I know,
too. Yeah,
I know. He got sacked 5 times. So
yeah,
I realize this. I'm worried about it. That's why I said about the old line with
yeah.
Campbell. But I just think they have a little bit more offense, and the Patriots' defense is very good. They're very good. They clobbered San Diego or L.A. Chargers last game. Just clobbered them. So I really think this game could be a 1-point game to me. I mean, I'm telling you, it could be definitely be a 1-point game.
Yeah.
And the team that has the most sacks or the most pick sixes or fumble recoveries for touchdown could definitely win this game. So I'm leaning
Yeah,
Pats.
yeah. I think just with the better defense of the Texans by a little bit there, and if Stroud can go out and perform and make some clutch plays when it matters. Last week he was 7 for 8 on third down conversions, as well as Woody Marks broke 100 yards. He had a really good game as well,
Yeah, he did.
and so that's my prediction. Yeah, Drake May will fumble and get picked off, and the Texans will. What's the under over in
Uh-oh.
this thing? I mean, it's got to be pretty low. Jeez,
Yeah.
I mean,
The under over
probably
is
take the
40.5.
40.5. Yeah,
40.5. Yeah.
I like the under there. It could be a
Yeah.
10 to 13 point game.
It could definitely be a tight one for sure. It could be
Yeah.
I could see like a 17-13 game. So yeah, I could see
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Yep.
And lastly, here is the LA Rams at the Chicago Bears. The LA Rams are the favorite here at Soldier Field by 4 points. It says 6:30 p.m. Eastern start on NBC and Peacock.
Yeah, I tell you what, these are all these matchups. I really love all these matchups. But you know, I'm a LA homer, and I just think that this game is going to be a shootout, weather permitting. Weather permitting. If the weather's good, I see big points. It's 48.5 under over on this one. I'm definitely going the over. If it's good weather. I mean, Stafford, I know.
What do you mean good weather? The weather's not going to be good.
Well, I mean, if it's not snowing sideways and 20 below, and I know it's going to be cold. I get that, but I'm talking if it's like a blizzard or a sleet rainstorm or something like that kind of thing. Chicago is third in rushing in the NFL. The Rams are 12th against the run. But I tell you what, Stafford's got 46 touchdowns, 80 picks, while Williams has 27 touchdowns and 7 picks. Once again, this is the same kind of scenario as Denver Buffalo. Denver Buffalo. I think Williams has to come out and put it on his cape. I know all of a sudden I got an Iceman text last week from somebody saying the Iceman was in the house. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I tell you what, and Johnson has proven to me that he knows how to win, and they do play well at home. But I can't go against my Rams. We're taking the Rams to win this game against the Bears. Let's go, Rams.
All right. So, I I mean, from the weather report I saw as of Wednesday, and obviously this is going to be actively changing, but the most up to date I got here was that it's going to be 10 to 15 degrees Fahrenheit and 20 to 30 mile per hour winds. Potentially, could be a top 10 coldest playoff game of all time. Potentially
Yeah,
here, so the weather
it
is going to play
scares
a
me.
huge factor in this game. And yeah, so run game for the Chicago Bears. I
Hmm.
don't think the run defense for the Rams is very good, like you're
They're
saying there.
12th,
And so,
12th against the run. They're not that bad.
yeah, yeah. But overall, is the Bears defense better than the Rams defense?
No, they're not.
No,
No,
they're not.
no, heck no. Mm-mm. Nope,
No.
nope.
All right. Well, maybe this is my one outlier here because I am picking the Iceman and the Bears, but I was going to say I'm picking all the better defenses in all of these games here.
Nah, you
But
did in that one.
huh?
You did on that one.
Yeah, no, okay. I'm picking the Bears from a stat I saw here. I don't know how accurate. Maybe this is kind of jumbled in with a couple different stats here, so take it for a grain of salt. But I have a record here that says Stafford has a 1-9 record in cold, rainy, or snowy games since being on the LA Rams. I know Stafford is the OG. He's clutch, and betting against him is really tough thing to do. Probably shouldn't do it, but I'm going to. I'm going to in
Mm,
this one, and I'm going to go with the Iceman and
listen,
Caleb Williams being clutch in that. Go ahead.
I reluctantly picked the Rams, but I love the Rams, so I'm picking them. I mean, the Rams' performance last week against Carolina, if they had that same performance against the Bears, they will lose. No
Yeah,
doubt in my mind. So I'm just hoping that we get a little more acclimated to the weather. Hopefully they come in a day early or something, get a little acclimated, get ready for the weather. It's going to be a factor, but the Bears play in it all the time, so they don't have any real problem with it. Even though your
yeah. I mean,
Iceman is
LA,
a
you're in a
he
dome.
is he is a Williams is a West Coast guy, but
Yeah, but he's been in Chicago, so yeah,
2 years now,
he's
yeah,
yeah, yeah. They're more
yeah,
relatively acclimated to it in that sense there, but it's gonna play a a huge factor on both sides of the field, no matter what, no matter who you are, it's gonna
right.
make a big difference here. But yeah, I mean, talk about an insane coaching matchup too with Ben Johnson and McVay here. All these coaches across the board pretty much
Hmm.
are really really top
Oh
tier.
yeah, I mean
So
Shanahan. He's going to draw up some great plays. He's a Houdini against Seattle. I see some great things from him possibly. I mean these, you're right. You got some great coaches in these games.
yeah, I think great coaches and great defense is the key to this playoffs here,
Could be
100%.
could be an
Yeah,
interesting weekend to say the least.
yeah.
We'll see
But
if we
I'm
have
gonna
a
pick
lot of
the
low scoring games.
yeah, I'm gonna pick the Bears, and I love +4 for the Bears. I'd pick the Bears money line, but I'm hammering +4
Oh, you're
for the Bears.
hammering it.
I do think it's gonna be a close game.
All right, hammer that baby.
Hammer it. Do
All
you have any
right.
anytime touchdowns?
Let me tell you what my touchdown parlay last week was pitiful. It did not work out very good at all. I didn't win a
Did
win
you
a
track any of them?
yeah, I did win a buck. I put it in. I put it in.
Oh,
I
really?
tried it. Yeah, it did. It worked terrible. Not
How
good.
many won?
I think I got two. What?
Two
I
of
don't know how
them?
many. Two, I was there. What? 6 games. So 12 teams. I got 2 out of 12.
12
I think.
teams, yeah.
Yeah, it's not good. Not
Uh,
good.
yeah,
So
that's not
this
very
week,
good.
I'm going to step it down a little bit. I'm going to go one per game. I'm going to go Josh Allen for a touchdown.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise. Tonjes, San Francisco, touchdown.
Mhm.
Adams from LA. Puka took all of them last week. He's going to get some this week. And then Hunter Henry from the Pats for a touchdown.
Okay.
Anytime touchdown. What about you? You have JSN?
Last week Last week I had Saquon Barkley and DK Metcalf. Do you know if
And
they
that
scored?
didn't work out very good for you either.
I don't think they did. No.
No.
But for this week, yeah. So I have Smith and Jigba, and then I also have Woody Marks are my two anytime touchdown picks there.
Okay.
So I like that there.
All right. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
For
Well,
sure.
that does it there for this week of the Robinson replay. Next week
Yeah.
we're gonna have a special guest. We'll keep it on the low
Special
for now.
guest.
Look out.
Daddy
Be on the
G
lookout
in the
for it.
house. Daddy G, folks. Be ready to see Daddy G next week. He'll go over the college playoff championship. He'll go over these semifinal games here. Or not semifinals, I guess this is quarterfinals.
Yeah.
Quarterfinals. And then next week we'll talk about the semifinals and get ready on our way to the Super Bowl. One thing I wanted to mention real quick, because we didn't mention it, I don't think. We did have a couple other coaches, obviously go away this week. I don't know if we mentioned Harbaugh last week or not. I'm not sure.
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
we did. Okay. And then of course we lost the guy from Dolphins, McDaniels, and then we lost Tomlin this week too. So now we're to 9 coaches. 9 coaches. That's a lot of coaches, folks. So there's going to be a lot of head coaches, new head coaches, old head coaches, new offensive and defensive coordinators. It's pretty wild to have 9, and 3 of them are in the AFC North. So that conference there, that division is a little messed up right now, to say the least. And Cincinnati should be fired too for that. All I said that, but he did get fired. But
they should be. There's no Bengals fan that is thankful that their coach is still around.
Well, they got a leg up on everybody else, though. Think about it. Everybody else is bringing in a new coaching staff. So, that the Cincinnati has a leg up because they already know their system. They know what they're doing. And, it makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So maybe
good.
that might propel them to first place next year. They get some defensive help and offensive line help, and maybe the Bengals are in next year.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Well,
all right.
That is it for this week. Everybody have an amazing weekend watching this football. Root for your team. And we'll see you next week.
Go
Peace.